All right. Switch over here. We'll see how this goes on this Easter Sunday. Sherry, hello. First person in the chat. Skater. Carl, hello, everyone. Storage Auction Pirate, hello, man. What's going on? Wow, we already have 53 people up in the chat. Jeffrey saying Jeff. All right, we're starting off with that. Hi from Allentown. Hello. Wow, everyone's already up in here. It's already 111 people. Yeah, so happy Easter, everyone who's celebrating Easter. If not, just happy Sunday. If it's Saturday for some reason for you guys, happy Saturday. If it's Monday for you, I don't even know how any of this is possible, but it probably is. Brazil up in the chat. Thrifty Bandit, Monkey Gamer, Holland, Josh, Ryan, LaDonna, Carol, James. So we're going to touch on a couple things in this live stream. I'm thinking about doing some more things in the future in terms of videos. I want to kind of see what you guys were thinking about. I know I talked a little bit about a couple things here in previous videos, and I want to kind of remind myself in terms of what you guys were interested in. I have a pen and paper here because I definitely want to work on a couple things here for some upcoming videos in the next couple months. So first thing, the flea market. We're back here at the flea market. If you guys haven't checked out my flea market video, we are doing alive and well. It's definitely been fun so far. You know, and I've been trying new things this year. I've been trying tables. I've been trying different kind of product. I've been leaving earlier so I can get along with garbage picking. You know, so I definitely want to try out some new things this year. And I know in the last video, I talked about maybe what should we look for in maybe a flea market hunt. So I'm definitely looking to possibly do a treasure hunt. Hello, Debbie. Hello, entrepreneur mom of 7. Hello, everyone. Catherine, Tony. So I definitely wanted to touch base with you guys on that. What are some things that you guys might be interested in seeing me pick up? I know some people talk about toys and some people talk about linens. So if you guys have anything that you guys want to see, I'm going to write it down, try to take a consensus here, and possibly do a treasure hunt with a lot of other YouTubers in the area if they're up for going to flea market, or just if I go to Lee Sport or somewhere else. We'll see what happens. Hey, do you still have the small register bank? I do not. That bank has sold. Firespin says he got that Xbox to work. So if you guys don't remember, I picked up an Xbox in the storage locker video. Firespin purchased it at the flea market, and he says he got the Xbox to work. I didn't test it. I didn't have any of the cords. I remember on it, it said like $25. I think I threw it to him for a pretty good deal. So hopefully he's going to enjoy it and use it. Don't be above fixing stuff. I'm never above fixing stuff. Patricia. Hi from Eastern Shore of Virginia. Thank you, Patricia, for the super chat. Greatly appreciated. Awesome. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it, Patricia. It's awesome. Kimberly says, find product figurines. I have product figurines. If you can touch base on that, I don't know what product figurines are, which is probably something I'm completely not educated on. I don't. I see Sean says Matchbox red lines. So red lines are something that a lot of people are after. There are a couple things that I think a lot of people think that they have golden, and Matchbox red lines I didn't learn about until a couple of years. But now I feel like whenever somebody puts out like a box of toy cars, they're always talking about red lines. It's like always the discussion. But I have seen them come up a couple times in the tailgate auction. So maybe we'll find some in there. Pedal cars, awesome. Monkey Gamer, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate Monkey Gamer for the $1 super chat. Pedal cars, I do like that idea. So pedal cars. Now, one thing with pedal cars is they're also pretty difficult to come across, but I do come across them quite often. Now, there are the pedal cars, and then there's like different kind of pedal mobiles. I don't know if anyone else might be interested in that. Like a tractor. I've seen the tractor come up a couple times. There's also, I think it's a New Holland tractor that always pops up at auctions around me for some reason. I don't think it's a John Deere. I think it's a New Holland. It's a pedal tractor. If anyone's ever seen that, that is definitely something cool. Francina says old baseball cards. I do have a couple of those. I can definitely look out for those. Do I ever get any movie projectors? I find the screens quite often in the trash, but I don't ever come across like the projectors themselves. I do come across a lot of camcorders. That's a lot of things. Did I announce where I was going to do this live stream? No, I kind of didn't. I just kind of, I think I announced it on Instagram probably like 12 minutes ago. I'm not very good with, the one thing with me is like, if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. So if I was to say I'm going to do a live stream tonight, this morning, and I didn't do it, I would be extremely upset. So that's why I don't really do it. Paper Moose, hello. How are you doing? Gemini Thrifts as well. Hit that like button. Please do. Do I have all the license plates of America? Everything Instrumental asks. I have no clue. I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I was in there yesterday looking around, thinking about possibly putting up some more license plates, and then I couldn't move my my ladder. So I just said, I guess I'm not going to do this. I guess I'll do this when I can clean it out a little bit more and go to a flea market a couple more times, because I definitely have a lot of projects moving forward in terms of storage lockers and buying more storage lockers. A couple of the storage lockers that I purchased or I was going to bid on ended up being relisted online. So I have no idea why it's relisted, but apparently it's being relisted. So I definitely want to be buying some more storage lockers here in the next couple months. Francina said that she likes old trains. Write that down, old trains. I did well at the track. So I picked up Train Track not too long ago in that estate auction. It was my last estate auction video, and that Train Track ended up selling pretty much immediately. But I didn't really make a lot. I bought a bundle of stuff for I think like $2. I ended up selling the track for like $5. That's one topic that I can't gauge myself on. That is, are people buying HO scale? Are they buying N scale or G scale or O scale? I don't know what's the premium size for trains. I know track is kind of difficult to sell in terms of, track versus the cars, the engines, the locomotives. But I don't know, like, what's the premium? I know Lionel, but in terms of the scales, like, are people prefer one to the other? But HO scale, I see, is the most popular. So maybe it is the most popular. I do believe HO scale is the most popular. That is true. I don't know in terms of the value if HO scale is worth more than N scale, or if G scale is worth more. It's all a bunch of. Hey, Orange Slices, how are you doing? John says, quote of the day today. Recycle dude, hello. Quote of the day today. I have no idea what the quote is. I didn't think of anything humorous today. What hobbies do I have? Mary asks. My other hobbies, I enjoy golf. I used to enjoy doing Where's George. If you guys remember Where's George, that was a site that used to track like your dollar bills and stuff. That was a very, very fun hobby for a while, but it completely died off. And now that, you have cash back on credit cards, I never really try to spend cash unless it's, something I have to spend cash for. That is definitely, Michael, it is what it is. Yeah, I guess so. That is definitely something that, I was really passionate about. But now it's golf. I guess as you get older, you kind of just like to be more mellow, hit a couple golf balls. So, yeah. DVDs. Somebody wants to look at DVDs. Did I ever find money? Yeah, I found money a couple times. You guys might remember. So there's a lot of I've made a lot of videos. I think I have like 560 videos now. One of the earlier garbage picking videos, I came across 2 tubs of Anna. Thank you. Treats for Salsa. She needs more airtime. Thank you. She was actually just right here, probably like 10 minutes ago, and I went live and she went to the other room. I heard her sigh, and then she laid down on the couch, I guess. So I don't know where she is. I was going to give her a bone, but I realized you probably shouldn't give a bone and just let the dog go do what it wants to do. You got to probably, pay attention to the dog while it chews on the bone for a little bit. So that's why I didn't give her a bone, but she might pop up. She likes hearing my voice. She either hates hearing my voice because I talk too much, or she just wants to go outside. So when she hears me talking, she tries to get involved. That's kind of the thing. But thank you, Anna, for the super chat. Greatly appreciated. Thank you. Military items. There's a good money for the old stuff over here in the UK. Is there a market good for them in the US? Yes, military items are very sought after here. I have a bunch of friends who are actually into collecting military. One of my friends, Mark, who wears all Eagles gear. If you ever see him at the flea market by me or you know him, he's big on scrapping. He's big on military. So whenever I have any scrap issues, I go and talk to him. He's actually a subscriber to the channel, so I don't know if he's here right now. But Mark definitely helps me out a lot with military. Whenever I have any questions, I always go to him. He was spot on. If you guys remember a while back, I found a military helmet in a barrel that I bought at an estate auction, and I sold that at the flea market in terms of a couple barrels and whatnot. And somebody actually stored military stuff in one of the barrels. Somehow I did not sell that one. I opened it up. I went to him. He told me exactly what it was. And then I went home, Googled it, and it was exactly what it was. So he was definitely someone who knows a lot about military and knows the value on stuff. You should try to do metal detecting to find metal to scrap. I've been thinking about doing metal detecting. The only issue, I talked about this previously, was that I don't want to do metal detecting and not find anything, because it's just a ton of work, and it's unfortunate if you don't find anything. What the hails? Thank you for the super chat. The best storage unit auction channel are hosting a live stream every Wednesday night called Auction Addicts AA meeting. We've been trying to invite you to be a part of it. Message us. Thank you, What the Hells. If you haven't checked out What the Hells, he does a lot of storage auction videos. Go over there, subscribe to his channel. I appreciate the super chat. I know they have been trying to invite me. Storage Auction Pirate, I think, might be involved with that. Right now, I don't have Google Chat hooked up. I think that's what you guys use. But I will probably install that in the future and join you guys. I definitely want to get out there and do a live stream with you guys. I think that said Wednesday. Yep, every Wednesday night. So yeah, I should be able to make it here. We use Hangouts. Okay. Is that Google Hangouts? I'm not very familiar with technology in terms of live streams and stuff like that. So, and I think you have told me this, which Google Hangouts. All right, there we go. So yeah, I'll write that down and try and install that. I don't know if you even broke my pen. I don't know if you have to install that or if it's just something that is part of Google. But I'm going to aim to try to do it. Probably not this week. I'm going to be pretty busy, but next week I'll try to hit you guys up. I already broke my pen. This isn't good. Can I do a live trash collection video? I can't do a live. All right. I will let you know what the hails. I'll send you a message here probably today or tomorrow when I try, or I'll shoot you a message on Instagram or through YouTube. Monkey Gamer, thank you. Do you find big wheels or bikes once in a while? I don't find big wheels. I think big wheels are like the automated, like the little trucks and stuff. I don't come across them often. Bicycles I come across a lot. It's something I do come across, and unfortunately, a lot of them are always rusty for some reason. So I don't know too much, besides like Schwinn and all of them, what other brands are really sought after. Somebody asked a question. I totally missed that. I totally forgot it. Ray, hello. Taco from California. Hello. Storage Auction Pirate. We love you and really enjoy your company. Thank you, Storage Auction Pirate. Greatly appreciate the super chat. And I'm going to really try to aim to hang out with you guys one of these Wednesdays. Wednesdays are usually my busy day, but if it's at night, as long as it's before like 9 p.m. Eastern, I should be good. But thank you, Storage Auction Pirate, for the super chat. Greatly appreciated. I got to get a new pen. This is an issue. Would love to see you and Paper Moose do some garbage picking together, Diggin says. Yeah, I think we're going to probably do some garbage picking here in the future. Obviously, garbage picking is something that I usually do by myself. And the reason why I do it by myself is because it's very distracting. It's very hard to kind of look around, but I think Paper Moose would definitely enjoy doing it, and I think she'd be very considerate of it. And I know she does do garbage picking. She does garbage picking after me in the same town that I do it in, and she finds like a ton of stuff. So we could probably do something where I'll go earlier in the day and then I'll join up with her later in the day. I think that would be pretty awesome. I think we'll aim for that in the next couple weeks. I get taco stack scraps. She finds the better stuff, but she ends up getting it doesn't make any sense, but she ends up finding the better stuff. And it's like she leaves like 4 or 5 hours after me. So there's always stuff out there. I did a little bit of trash picking tonight, so I went to go get pizza. I didn't realize that the place was closed, and ended up not even finding anything out there. So you never know. I drove through like the whole town of trash picking. There was just nothing out later in the day. Hey from Missouri, hello. Shannon, hello. Did I put any protection on the sidewalls of the van since the barbecue den? I have not. Last week has been very, very busy. Because of the storage locker, it's just been nonstop. So that storage locker, it's finally cleaned out. You'll see that in the next couple of days. That will eventually get cleaned out. The storage locker took me around 15 to 20 hours to clean out. That video that came out, I spent around 6 hours filming, and it only came out of a 25-minute video. But it took around 6 hours to film. So I've been really trying to push out a lot of work and get things done so I can create some content for you guys. But that took forever, and I haven't really got around to doing anything. And my yard's a mess. It's just not good right now. Anna, thank you. You and Paper Moves are a great team together. Thank you for the super chat, Anna. Greatly appreciated. Gilbert, hi. Greetings from Netherlands. Hello. Sissy, hello from Tennessee. A-Love from Bronx, New York. Thank you. Vanessa, hello. I came to New York, so I was in New York City this morning. I did find like a couple things in the trash. I didn't have my camera. I was only there for about 30, 40 minutes. Parking's kind of just such a pain. It just drives me nuts. I get really bad anxiety. But I did find some things in the trash. And I think the weird thing with like New York City is like you can get a $2,000 fine for picking things out of the trash. And I'm pretty sure it came out. That law came out like the first month or 2 months of me trash picking and making videos on it. That came out, and I was just like, wow, $2,000 to get a trash picking ticket in New York City sounds terrible. But I did see a couple things. I photographed some things on Instagram. If you guys don't follow me, check me out at @taco_stacks. Captain asked, do I have an anvil for sale? I do not have. Bob Ross, hello. Do I have an anvil for sale? I do not have an anvil for sale. That's something I've always wanted to buy. The problem with anvils are they weigh so much that I see them at auctions and they don't go cheap. And then I think to myself, if I bought that, how am I going to lift that? Because it's just literally a big block of steel. So the bigger they are, the nicer they are, the more valuable they are, the heavier they are. It's not fun. I was going to ask a question, is picking safe in a city? Well, city is defined a little bit differently by everyone. For me, I think a city like a New York City or Chicago or Richmond maybe, those are kind of like the cities I think of. But the towns that I garbage pick in, a lot of people out here call cities, it's kind of safe. You just have to be really well aware of your surroundings. There's a lot that goes involved, or there's a lot that's involved with trash picking other than just finding treasure. And the bigger vehicle you have is just makes it more of a headache. Lynn, thank you for the $2 super chat. Greatly appreciate Taco Stacks. Hi. Hello, Lynn. Hopefully you're doing well as well. Would you ever travel to different cities to trash pick? I thought about that. Like, so when I found the things in the trash this morning in New York, I thought, wouldn't that be kind of cool if I drove down to Philadelphia and did trash picking for a video? But I just don't think it's going to happen. My schedule is just too jam-packed right now. So probably not. I've drove around, those 3 towns or the 2 towns I trash pick. I think that'll be the next video. I started doing that probably like 6 months ago. Linda, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it, Linda. Beverly, I think that's euro. €2. Thank you. Buy salsa pack of treats, please. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat, Beverly and Linda. Greatly appreciate it. Auction Life, stay on my trash picking area. I'll try Auction Life. Thank you. Any thought of doing a yard sale at your house or another safe location? Probably not. Flea market is definitely the best thing, and as long as you have a vehicle to transport the stuff, it's definitely the easiest. I don't think I'd ever do like a yard sale at my warehouse. The one thing is with yard sales is I've noticed from personally, like just driving around yard sales, the first hour, 2 hours are great. After that, you just sit in a lawn chair and pretty much wait for people to show up. So it's definitely nicer to just be at the flea market, be there for 6-7 hours, and be done with it. And people go to flea market with the intention to buy. Some people just go to stroll around. But when you do flea market, it's definitely, you're bringing it to the people who want to buy. Tracy says, Taco, please consider doing your flea markets different. Put everything out. Don't keep stuff in the van. The more you have out, the more business. Yes, thank you, Tracy. I do plan on doing that. Usually I just get so exhausted because it's a lot of up, down, that I just kind of get too exhausted. Emily, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Emily. Fire spin. All right. Always look for video games. Remember, if you have any questions, I'm literally town over. Go check out the collection on YouTube. And see you at the Flea and Yards. Did you sell that Nintendo box? I did sell a Nintendo box, and I did not find any video games in that locker. There was no individual games that I found. If you guys want to check out Firespin and Gaming, or Firespin Gaming's channel, he is local to me as well, and he's the one who bought the Xbox. So I'm sure he's going to be making some videos in the future of treasure hunting some video games. Check out his channel as well. Thanks again for the donation, and I'll look forward to seeing you again at the flea market. I'll try to put aside some video games for you, man. Greatly appreciate it. Taco, I think you're the most loved YouTuber ever. Thank you, Lynn. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. It means a lot. It's been a lot of time coming, and I appreciate all the support you guys give for me. Mary says, is this your full-time job? So my full-time job is definitely buying and selling. YouTube definitely takes up, a large portion of my week. I probably spend 30 to about 40 hours a week doing YouTube stuff. So, I would consider it a job. Whenever you're putting in that much amount of work, it's definitely very time consuming, and definitely. So I would say I'm a content creator and a reseller. So it's definitely, you're holding two jobs. It's definitely a lot. Have you ever thrifted in Buffalo, New York? Thomas says. I've never even been to Buffalo, New York. That is one part that I did want to go to New York. I did apply to University of Buffalo. It's one of 3 colleges that I did apply to, and I did get accepted, but I did not go. Apparently, there's a lot of snow in Buffalo, and I'm not about that at all. Jennifer, do you have a YouTube play button? Yes, I do. I have a silver play button. It's hanging in my room. I do like the previous play buttons a little bit more than the ones they have now, but still have a play button nonetheless. Salute, Sue. Hello from Ontario, Canada. Hello, Sue. Brink, hello from Poland. Oh, Shannon. My parents and I love watching videos. The only question we have, even though you probably answered this already, but how did you come with the name Taco Stacks? The name Taco Stacks is kind of like a thing from school, from college. We used to go to Moe's Southwest Grill, and it's like a long story, but one kid ordered a taco stack, and it just became like a saying, and it meant like good people. So we'd always yell taco stacks to each other just randomly, or if we see somebody all the way down at the other side of campus, you yell taco stacks. It's kind of like saying hello rather than saying, yo, hey, how you doing, Brett? It's like taco stacks, and everyone just like looks at you weird, but the other person kind of, understands who you are and understands you're part of the group. So it's just kind of like meant good people. So that's kind of why it stayed with me. I haven't had a taco probably in the last 8 or 9 months. It's been a very long time since I had a taco. Is vintage Corningware valuable like Pyrex? I don't really come across too much like vintage Corningware. I don't find it as valuable. A lot of people seem to really like the prints on the Pyrex, and they're very well known, and that's why they're kind of sought after. The Corningware stuff really isn't. I think it feels like it's too overproduced, and it's a certain amount of styles have been just so overproduced that it seems like everyone has it. But, it doesn't mean that it's not valuable. I've definitely seen people buy it, and I've sold a bunch of Corningware. But like Corningware mugs are usually like a solid white or an off-white. I do come across that quite often, and, no one seems to want to buy those. Betty says, I named my little rescue dog Taco. It's a great name, Betty. Kiwi asked, how do you use an eBay gift card now? I have no idea. I don't have any eBay gift cards. I never really get any eBay gift cards, so I wouldn't really know too much. Sherry, hey, how you doing? Hey, Stacks. There's a fish on your shelf. There's a couple fishes on my shelf. Aguaro. You got one over here, 2, 3, 4, 5. They are fish decoys. They are wood, actually. I'll grab one. Well, that guy's metal kind of, but yeah, they're kind of cool. Couple fishes. This is kind of like probably even my favorite one. Very, very cool. Very like folk art looking. I do have a bunch of fishing stuff that maybe I'll bring out in the future. Janice, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it. Love watching you from Utah. So much greener where you are. Pennsylvania is a very green state. There's a lot of green out here. I'm not talking about money. There's lots of potholes, but it is a very green state. It's really lush right now. I can't thank you enough for the awesome super chat. Thank you, Janice, for the $20 super chat. That's awesome. Thank you. That means a lot. I greatly appreciate that. Hopefully you're doing well in Utah. That's actually one state I definitely want to go to as well. All those states out there in the West are awesome. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you. A loves Jay. How did you get into picking and thrifting? Well, I've always had like a passion for work myself. I think picking is like probably one of the most fun things to do. You know, I think a lot of people dream to kind of do like American Pickers. It's a very difficult thing to get into in terms of making like a living out of it. But it's something that's very fun. The treasure hunt. Everyone likes treasure hunt. And that's why I kind of try to show up the channel. A lot of people ask me, like, what's your channel? Is it trash picking? Is it this? I just like to do the treasure hunt and try to share with you guys. When I first started, there weren't anyone who really did trash picking videos, but there were a couple of videos out there. And I probably watched them like 6 or 7 times. And I just wish they would have made more. So I'm kind of just trying to share that experience with you guys and hopefully fulfilling any sort of desire you might have for trash picking or storage auctions, because there's definitely, you know, fun treasure hunt out there. You know, one thing with storage auctions is you guys might, you know, I used to love to watch the shows Storage Wars, but I didn't really like love it because of the drama. I didn't love it for, you know, seeing how much storage lockers went. I just loved seeing like the content of it. And, you know, I knew it was fake, but I still loved it just because it was like a treasure hunt. And I wish they would have ever, you know, made an actual, you know, TV show of like the real deal of storage, you know, storage lockers. So I try to show that to Paul. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I think that's New Zealand. Is that New Zealand? NZ $5. Thank you, Paul. Greatly appreciate the super chat. Greatly appreciate that. That's awesome. Bob Ross says you need to start doing food reviews. I am probably not going to be doing food reviews. I think it's also awkward to watch people eat. I don't know. I mean, if somebody was eating from me, I wouldn't think that's awkward, but I think like watching like a YouTube video of somebody eating is just, it's kind of weird. Unless you're like Randy Santel. If you guys don't know Randy Santel. I used to eat dinner and watch him do competitive eating. I know, people are weird, I know. But I guess we're all different. What's the name of the flea market Johnny set up at? I set up in Saylorsburg, Pennsylvania. You know, that's the flea market I set up at. Sometimes I do 5 acres in New Jersey, but I haven't been there in about 2 years, so I can't really say sometimes I do that. But is this live stream from the flea market? This is not. This is a live stream from Taco Stacks' kitchen. I can't do so. Yeah, somebody. Oh yeah, now I remember. Somebody asked me if I can ever do a live stream of garbage picking. I can't do a live stream of garbage picking because I don't have unlimited data. I know. I don't have unlimited data, so I can't do a live stream. First off, I'd probably kill my battery, but I'd probably run through my data plan in a matter of 30 minutes, and I need that to last me a month. I was looking into possibly doing getting the unlimited data, but it was like another $40 a month. And at the time, I was just like, I can't do this. I'm already paying like $1 gajillion for things I don't need, but I need. So I think moving down the line, I might be able to do that. I also don't know if I'd ever do garbage picking, a live stream of garbage picking, because it's very difficult to kind of multitask while I'm trash picking. But if Paper Moose or someone else, Auction Life, wanted to come along and like film me, I guess, But it'd be kind of weird if somebody wanted to film me trash picking. But maybe we can work something out. Switch to T-Mobile unlimited data. I might just do that. I have AT&T. It's not the best. 5 acres is free. Yeah, okay. I can't say that, but yeah, it might be. I haven't been there in a while. I know. I think Orange Slices, Box Truck Guy, EJ, they were all there all winter. I know they were at the flea market this morning, but considering it was a holiday, I was traveling back and forth. A lot going on. I couldn't make it up there. I know Paper Moose also went there. She'll probably be coming out with a video in the future on the flea market. And Auction Life actually contacted me, and he wants to set up by me in a future flea market day. So we're going to be selling lots of treasures. So get another locker, Taco. Love those videos. Thanks, Jay. I greatly appreciate that. I'm looking to get another locker. I did find out that there were a couple lockers up for sale that are local. Some that I wanted to bid on previously that went too high. They're really affordable right now, but they end in about 2 days. So I don't know where they're going to go. I do want to do more of those, obviously. The other issue I have right now is definitely storage. You know, I can only buy so much and I can only sell so much. There's always so much time in the day. So I'm definitely looking to buy more. That's one thing I'm trying to do is like next week for flea market. I don't think I have any rummage sales on either day. So I'm going to try to go to flea market both days if it's nice, because I really want to kind of get rid of all the inventory I have, start fresh, and be able to really buy a lot of storage lockers because they're lots of fun. They're lots of, you know, I've never lost on them. It's one business where if you don't valueize your time and you valueize how much money you spend, you can pretty much never lose money. You know, there's always money to be made out of it as long as you buy accordingly. You know, it doesn't matter if you want to work for $5 an hour or $50 an hour. But as long as you're self-employed and you have that time, what's working 60 hours a week as opposed to 40 hours a week, if those extra 20 hours, you aren't going to do anything. So that's something I definitely want to do in the future is definitely buy more storage lockers. What's the best item I've ever found through trash picking? I don't know. I found a lot of stuff. Probably golf bags. Definitely the golf bags. Those I still have one. I gave the other 2 away, but I kept one just for myself. Or the that TNT box. So I think I have one video that has like 250,000 views maybe. I found a TNT ammo box. I sold that to Ernest, who lives in Maryland. He does a lot of antiques and collectibles and signage. 100,000 golf balls. Yeah, that'd be, I don't even know if I found like boxes of golf balls, I don't even know if I'd have the effort to pick them all up because it weighs so much. But maybe that'd be a cool find. 455 people up in the stream. If you guys can go ahead and hit that like button. I see we have 212 likes. Let's try to get to 300. Tiffany, hey Taka, do you ever do any dumpster diving? I don't really do much dumpster diving. The problem with dumpster diving is if I get hurt in a dumpster, I probably can't get out. And the dumpsters around here are like the construction dumpsters. They're not really the ones that like are behind Dollar Tree or Best Buy. Those are all locked away. But I can't get into a dumpster. And if I get injured in that dumpster, then I'm in really trouble. So, that was probably really loud. I got to stop playing with this pen. But that's why I don't really do a lot of dumpster diving. You know, aside from the fact there's just not that many around, it's just very, very difficult to, you know, consciously do it, you know. Tell us about the 2 tubs of money you found. I guess I didn't touch too much on that. So I found 2 tubs of clothes, and I was going through all the clothes, and they're all like women's and like little girl clothes. And I decided to like go through the jeans because everyone says, look at the jeans and look at the pockets. So I went through the pockets and like there was like $20 in one of the pockets of the jeans, which, you know, usually you find like $1 or $2, a crumpled up receipt. And I found $20. And I was like, you know, this was saying in my warehouse for the last 6 months. And I finally decided to go through it because I just wanted to donate it. But, you know, you always got to look in the pockets. Same with books. Open up the books. If you have artwork and it still has the paper backing on the back, I would highly suggest like cutting open, maybe doing on the side, but definitely, you definitely have to look. Just like those barrels. I didn't even look at those barrels until after I sold it. And, fortunately, I had a friend, Larry, who went to the guy's house to look at the barrels who I sold the original barrels to that were filled with stuff. And he said it was all just like random garbage. So he didn't buy the one with the Army helmet in it. So how do you resist the urge to keep all the good things you find? I don't know. And the one thing is like I'm trying to keep more stuff myself now because I come across so much cool stuff and I end up just like selling the cool stuff because I'm like, this is definitely going to sell. Somebody's going to want it. Somebody can buy it. And then I end up having just hordes and hordes of just stuff that doesn't sell. So it's like, what am I going to do with the stuff that doesn't sell when I have all this, cool things that I just like give away? So I'm trying to keep some of the better stuff, but I mean, I only have so much space. I can't really just keep all all the stuff. But one thing is like that storage locker that I just bought. You guys saw the video. I know a lot of people are really upset with like the way like I walked around and did all this. I'm trying to, I spent probably 6 or 7 hours there to make that 30-minute video. And I kind of got to the end where it was like all the stuff in the front was kind of garbage. I was kind of getting to the back. I had to pack for the flea market. So I was just trying to show you guys like the good things. So I saw something that's going in the back. I brought it to the front. I showed you guys. I definitely try to create videos that are content. I didn't want to throw like a lot of garbage in the video. So if you felt like, I kind of damaged items and stuff like that and missed stuff, I end up finding everything. So I have to clean out that whole storage locker. So I end up cleaning out that whole storage locker. And there's a lot of, good stuff that I missed in that video, but you'll see in the future videos. But just know that I get to it eventually. It's not like it just ends up just being thrown away and discarded if it's like in the back. Bianca, do you plan to take salsa if you trash picking in the future? The problem with taking salsa is it's very like the cab of the truck. There's no back, so I can't like put her in the back of the truck. So she sits like right next to me, and she's very jumping. She likes to jump around a lot. I'm surprised she's not here. She must be too tired to come into the kitchen. Usually she's very active in the morning, but that's probably why I wouldn't. Another issue why I wouldn't want to take her is there's lots of stops. So I'm constantly stopping, I'm constantly accelerating, and she would get sick very, very quickly. So definitely have to look after her. I think it would be fun. It would be cool content, but I really worry a lot about her. I don't know if the screen's going like gray on you guys. Is that going gray? What's going on here? But that's why I kind of don't take her. I don't want her to get sick. I don't want her to get hurt. I don't want her to jeopardize me or jeopardize someone else because of her antics. So maybe when she gets older, that'll definitely be a thing. Geez, I just missed that. Ogie Babe, thank you for the super chat. Eastern Greens from Wisconsin. I love your trash picking, thrifting, auctions, flea markets, storage lockers, and everything else you do. Thank you, Ogie Babe. I greatly appreciate the super chat. Awesome. Hello from Pennsylvania. Thank you. Kim does reselling. Is the dump site overgrown now? Those were interesting videos. The dump site, it's not really overgrown. It'll be overgrown probably here in another week. Denise, thank you for the €5. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for the €5 super chat. Awesome. Thank you. It's always good stuff. Always good stuff. I greatly appreciate that super chat. Is the dump site overgrown? No, it's not overgrown. It'll be overgrown in a week, but right now there's a lot of snakes out. There's a lot of, groundhogs. I have a groundhog that literally lives like right outside my door. I just found out there's a raccoon that lives in the big tree right next to my house. I saw him yesterday and I saw him today. Like I took out salsa and he was halfway up the tree. I'm like, this guy's got to go. I don't know where he's going, but he's going somewhere else. So there's just so many like different rodents out, and now like rodents are really hungry and they're feisty. So I'm just like done with the dump site for now until probably the fall. The guy never got up there with the mini excavator, so I don't think the dump site has ever changed. The one thing I would say though is with recent rain and recent snow, probably more stuff has kind of washed away and more stuff you can see from the bottom. I know around my property there was actually just like a random barn hinge just like in my yard. I have no idea where that barn hinge came from. I mean, it wasn't there yesterday. So it just, you never know. He'll never finish that wall. Yeah, I don't think I've ever really finished a license plate wall because it's like I put stuff in front of it and then I can't move the ladder. I literally have a stack of license plates that have to go up on the wall, and it's gotten so many license plates. I'm just like, are these duplicates now? Or are these the same ones? Or are these new ones? I don't even know. So there's just like a pile of license plates in the, up there in the warehouse. And I'm just like, I guess I got to sort through them again and see which ones are new ones as opposed to ones that are duplicates, which ones go on this wall, which ones go on that wall. So we'll get there eventually. It's a work in progress. That license plate wall. It looks good. I tell you what, my neighbor stopped by the other day and saw it. And it was just like, he was like, wow, that looks really nice. And they asked me about it, and the whole conversation went on and on. Anita, thank you for stopping by. Catherine, Taco, you're just the best dude. Thank you, Catherine. Greatly appreciate the compliment. Thank you, Eric G, for the comments. Do I like to fish? I am not a big fishing guy. Not a big outdoor gamesman guy. I don't know why. I just don't like to be outdoor and do gamesy stuff. I do like the concept of fishing, like just relaxing and chilling outside, but fishing just doesn't work for me. Do I ever get attached to the items I find? Often. I do find, I do get attached quite often. Oh, the pottery vase is up there. Yes. These guys. Let's take this one. I don't know if you saw that. I'll grab this one because you got a doggo on it. These are called mineral jugs. A lot of people call them water jugs, but I think the correct term is mineral jugs. So this one's actually dated and signed on it. I think it's in German. J something Finrich. Doesn't have anything on the bottom, but they are mineral jugs. They are hand painted. It's kind of like a folk art thing. This one's painted like a dog. Surprisingly, they don't have a lot of value. So this whole wall used to be a whole collection, and I just ended up keeping just the top row, like the ones I like the best. But yeah, they are called mineral jugs. They're folk art. They're retail price, like at a flea market, I get $5 a piece. That one I would probably get like $15 for because it's very nice. The ones that are just blank, you get about $3 to $5 a piece. And then at a retail store, that one would probably be about $20 to $30. And the ones that are blank are around $12. I know James and Jess do buy a couple from me. They haven't bought any of the premium ones, but they definitely, I think they sell them for $12 a piece when I sell it to them for $5. And they said they sell them, but they don't sell them immediately, but they always sell. How long do you plan on doing this lifestyle? Masterlink asks. Well, I hope doing buying and selling and treasure hunting for a very long time. I don't have any idea on terms of like if I'd ever stop. I mean, if YouTube keeps going as it is, I mean, I'm here until the end. I have no intentions to stop making YouTube videos. I have no intentions to stop doing what I'm doing. I truly love it all. There's never a time where I'm like, I hate editing, I hate filming, I hate treasure hunting, I hate picking, I hate selling, I hate shipping. It's never ever, that I think it can get very, very tiring, but, I don't get extremely exhausted in terms of, not wanting to do more. It's something I'll be here for quite some time. I hope. It's a lifelong disease, Stephen asks. Yes, it is a lifelong disease. I see a lot of people at the flea market say that they're just there every single week because they just love it. It's something that's very fun. And something like myself, hey from Alabama. Thank you, Caitlin. Miguel, dope hat. Thank you. Greatly appreciate. It's definitely something that's very fun. And people, I just hope flea markets stay around for a while. I enjoy flea markets. I enjoy auctions. I enjoy, storage auctions, stuff like this because it's a treasure hunt. But, it's different than going to a mall. Secondhand goods are always used, but they're always original. They're always creative. They're interesting. So that's why I really love it. You have that originality, that creativity of it that, you don't find at a mall. Gene asks, when are you coming to Leesport Flea Market? Good question, Gene. I don't know. Is the field open at Leesport? I know during the winter, I think, isn't just like that area where it's kind of like up the hill. I forgot what it's called. I can't. I don't even. But I think like once the field opens, I would definitely be there. Gene says yes. All right. So yeah, I'll try to get there probably on a Wednesday. Problem is Wednesdays are usually my thrifting day, and I don't really go to Harrisburg anymore, so it's hard to get out there. I won't pay for cable. Oh, saw that. That looked like a cool comment there. Won't pay for cable TV, but I always support Taco Stacks and his content because it is so real. Thank you, Ogie Babe. Greatly appreciate. I try to keep all my content as real as possible, and that's what I like about YouTube. There's just so much content out there that is like I said earlier. I watch Randy Santel. He does competitive eating. Do I look like I do competitive eating? I don't. I eat pizza. That's about it. Did I ever do Green Dragon? Robert or Roberta asks. I have not been to Green Dragon. Isn't Green Dragon also the one that's by that one really big buffet? Am I right? There's like one really big buffet like in that area, I think. But I've never been to Green Dragon. Kimberly, you do have some of the best videos, and I love the commentary. Thank you, Kimberly. Would a live thrift video work better than live trash hunting? Jennifer and Jerry asked. It would be easier on me. It'd be easier to do. I just don't have the unlimited data to do it, but it would definitely be something that's much easier to do than would be trash picking because I don't have to drive. Shady Maple, that's it, Shady Maple. I don't have to drive when I'm really like thrifting. I can literally just walk down the aisles. I mean, it's kind of awkward like talking to yourself, but I mean, that's just what happens with YouTube. You have to talk to yourself a lot. Like right now, I'm talking to you guys, but I'm talking to myself. That's why if Salsa was here, she'd be like, you're nuts. Pizza and taco. What else could a growing man need? Probably my arteries checked here in a bit. That's about it. Staff meetings taco. Yeah. That's one thing Gemini Thrifts did say the other day is like when somebody else, like if anyone who's self-employed knows this, like if somebody else is like sitting in the room and you're like doing work or something and they start talking to you, think you're not doing work because you're not like running around, you could just say, I'm in a staff meeting right now. I think that works. I mean, you're in a staff meeting. You're just, talking to yourself. If you got offered a shelf picking, would you do it? If you got offered a TV shelf picking, would you do it? Probably not. I really like YouTube. I like the hours I can put on YouTube. I like the content of YouTube. I like YouTube that's free and anyone can do it. There's obviously, YouTube Premium, if that's what you want. I think it's like $10 a month. I don't even have YouTube Premium. But, I don't think I would ever go down the avenue of TV shows. Right when I started, right around like 12,000 subscribers, I got offered, an opportunity to broadcast or audition for an upcoming like a flea market, thrift store kind of video or, TV show that was coming up on the Travel Channel, which I think like the Travel Channel's like played at like all the airports. And I was just like, don't want to do it. I said, sorry, I'm not into it. And they're like, do you know anyone who might be into it? I gave them a couple names and that was it. I don't like, it's too much like reality TV and they're trying to look for this and that. I just like YouTube and the whole aspect behind it. That's why I'm kind of here. Do fans of the channel notice you and do you enjoy it or is it awkward? I like that people like say hello. I don't like the fact that if somebody sees me in public and knows me and then later on in the day says, hey, I saw you at such and such. Like, that's kind of weird. If you see me, just say hello. I'm very like down to earth, I think. That's probably my whole aspect, but I don't get like a huge like rush if like, some people get a rush, like feeling like they're a celebrity. I just appreciate it. I appreciate that everyone really, enjoys the content and enjoys the channel. That's something that, I really like. But other than that, I do have some things. So in the storage locker, I do have a couple toys here I want to ask you guys because I don't really know too much about it. And like I said, there were a lot of things in the storage locker that I didn't include in that video because it took me like 15, 20 hours to clean out the locker in its entirety. I just finished cleaning it out. So there were a bunch of things that I had questions about. There was a nice picture frame that I ended up giving to someone else. It's really nice. I probably should have kept it, but it was another guy. He was actually a subscriber to the channel. He's been subscribed since I probably the 10th or 15th video that I posted. He says he's been following forever. He's been buying a lot of storage lockers recently. Name is Scott. He does a lot of antiques. He goes to mid-century stuff. But, there was a lot of other things I found in that locker. So I did come across a lot of toys. A lot of people said I was crushing toys and all that stuff. So I apologize for that. Does anyone know what this guy is? Because I have no clue. I did say 1987 somewhere here, but that was it. And I'm thinking it's part of some G.I. Joe set, but I have no idea. G.I. Joe, Storage Auction Pirate says. All right. So I guess it is G.I. Joe. Does anyone know the name of this? That's a tin opener. What? Is that really what it is? So that's G.I. Joe. If anyone knows, now I have the basic knowledge of that guy. That's good. There was another piece right here that said G.I. Joe. Does anyone know, does this go on something? Cobra helicopter. Ooh. I can see that. It looks like a Cobra on one side. Should have propellers. Yeah, the propellers are gone. I can see where the propellers would probably be. And then there's this piece, which looks like it's probably just I don't know if that's actually this is also G.I. Joe. This is probably just a piece. If anyone knows, this is an arm or not an arm, but does it go on a tank? Part of a snowcraft. Man, you know everything. Part of a snow tank. Part of another vehicle. Snow speeder. Snow cat. It's a half. So it's a snowcraft, snow tank, part of another vehicle, snow speeder, snow cat. All right, that's going to help. Let me write that down. And I broke another pen. Jeez. What is this? Snow. All right. And then there's one last piece here. It's also, I think, G.I. Joe, but it's half of the toy I've seen. This guy. So I guess there's probably a piece here that's supposed to go here. This looks like a spaceship. Had some, so I guess this is G.I. Joe. I think it did say G.I. Joe. The glider. This is also G.I. Joe. This is cool. I actually might keep this for myself. Glider, that's what I'm getting at. So we got glider here. All right. Perfect. Man, the space shuttle set is the good stuff. All right, so that guy's the good stuff. All right, so that won't go to the flea market and be sold for 50 cents. Before I put that on eBay or somewhere else. I kind of got away from eBay, but SpaceX toy. Bob Ross taught that. Glider, we said. All right. Greatly appreciate that, guys and girls. Storage Auction Pirate called Crusader. Power the Internet is an amazing place because I would have no idea what any of this stuff is besides possibly G.I. Joe, which one of these said G.I. Joe on it. Greatly appreciate that. That means a lot. So I'll definitely be looking up that stuff in the future. Probably won't be bringing it to the flea market. There was a ton of G.I. Joe stuff in that locker, but more like this stuff. There weren't any figure. Dan West, thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it. $2 super chat. Awesome, Dan. Here's a water chug for you. Thank you, Dan. Go buy a pen with that $2. I should buy a pack of pens. The way I break these things. How do you break a pen? This is ridiculous. Oh, man. But yeah, there was a bunch of G.I. Joe stuff that I found out like the next day or 3 days after. Not the next day. But after I did the storage locker clean out video, there was a ton of G.I. Joe stuff. The actual thing with, like, a lot of people got upset that I threw away. A lot of people, wow. A lot of people said that they were upset that I threw away the sheep that went to like the Fisher Price set. The rest of the Fisher Price stuff that I brought to the flea market, not one of those pieces sold. Now the barn sold, the houses, none of that stuff sold. I did have some figurines that I put in a bag and like taped it to the barn. Barn still didn't sell. So I don't know what's going off. Wow, my eyes. I don't know what's going on with the Fisher Price stuff. Storage Auction Pirate, Vintage G.I. Joe. Thank you for a super chat, by the way. Vintage G.I. Joe is always worth eBaying. Ever have questions, message me. I don't mind telling you what I know. Thank you, thank you, Storage Auction Pirate. Greatly appreciate it. If you guys haven't checked out Storage Auction Pirate, check out his channel. He does a lot of storage auction videos, and he's like the real deal as well. So like if he'll buy a locker, and if he doesn't make money on it, he'll straight up tell you it's like he's trying to make money, but he's probably not going to. And that's one thing that I find a lot in this whole world is everyone thinks that they have winners. People will be honest, and Storage Auction Pirate's one of those guys. So check out his channel if you haven't already. Lots of good storage videos over there. Thank you again for the super chat. My eyes are going. Thomas, baseball cards and collection. Hey, man, do you ever come across baseball cards? I don't really come across anything like the older stuff unless it's a specific, like a sports memorabilia auction. Other than that, it's always just, the junk era stuff, the 80s, 90s, boxes quite often. Oh, jeez. Man. It's bedtime soon for you, Taco. Yeah, I mean, I guess Salsa's not coming in here. I don't know where she's at. She's probably – the funny thing with Salsa is now, if she doesn't come up to bed with me, because I sleep upstairs, if she doesn't come up to bed with me when I'm like, hey, it's time to go to bed, I just turn off the lights, walk up the stairs, and literally in 30 seconds I hear thump, thump, thump. Planet stands. I don't know if you mean plant stands. I don't have I have some planters. That's about it. Any root blue jars. What? You talk about auction life. How old is Salsa? Salsa is 10 months in 5 days. She'll be 10 months. Whoa. You find a whole space shuttle set, you can top out at $1,500 complete and good shape. That'd be nice. Root is a brand of mason jar, rare. Oh, yeah, you're right. There's a brand. I don't have any root. They're all ball mason jars behind me. Defiant Space Shuttle Complex is the whole name. All right. Yeah, I think there's just parts in there. This is like, I think, the only space shuttle piece in there. The rest are like the Cobra stuff. They're like blues and purples, and it's just... I thought G.I. Joe to myself was like all like Army stuff, but what do I know? I'm kind of a noob at this in terms of toys. Do I have any video Wii U games? I don't have any video Wii U games. What kind of fish are on my shelves? They're all fish decoys. They are like just like props or whatever. Went to a barn sale yesterday and bought a dozen vintage parking meters. You never know what you'll find out there picking. That is awesome, Colin. That's awesome. Vintage parking meters. When I was in New York this morning, I was like, these trash cans look really nice. It'd be a shame if one went missing, but I'm not going to steal a trash can. I think you'd be in a lot of trouble if you steal a trash can. But I would say, like, at my auction I come across, there's like always like stuff from like the 50s and 60s out of New York City, like lamps, pothole covers. Like, I don't know where half this stuff comes from. And it goes for good money. It's like, I guess if like they're changing the pothole covers, they must auction off the old ones, or it goes to a scrapyard and they put them aside. No idea. Thank you, Anita, for the merchandise plug. Greatly appreciate. Sold parking meters for about $45 each. Best-selling items in your area. My area is signs, comics, and even tools. I would say tools followed by antiques, the primitive looks, and then obviously I think signs are definitely the most sought after. It's like if you bring a sign to the flea market, everyone's going to ask you. If you bring a box of vintage Nintendo games, everyone's going to ask you. If you have jewelry, everyone's going to ask you. There are definitely a couple things like that. Comics, not so much here. Unless you have the vintage comics, then everyone asks you about those. But antiques, primitives move the quickest, tools as well, and signs are definitely the premium. All right, guys, now we're approaching an hour. We actually just went over an hour here. I'm going to be signing off here in about 30 seconds to a minute. It's been very, very fun. I greatly appreciate all the super chats and everyone else who stopped by in. It means a lot that you guys would join me here on Easter Sunday. You guys celebrate Easter. Hopefully it was a good one. If you don't, hopefully your Sunday has been a dandy one. 530 people. I think our most we've ever gotten here was like 600. So we were very, very close. I'm very shocked we even got close here, considering I really didn't do any advertisement and it was very impromptu. From moving on and moving forward, don't know if I'll be doing live streams on Sunday. It might be on Saturday. And moving forward from there, it'll probably also be impromptu, like just randomly, because I don't like planning things like you guys heard in the beginning. Don't like planning things because I never break promises, so I just try to kind of just do whatever. So if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, check me out on Instagram. It's at @taco_stacks. Thank you greatly. Greatly appreciate everyone. Connie, pizza time, $10 super chat. Thank you, Connie. I know you've been very supportive of the channel as well. I greatly appreciate that. That's awesome. Thank you for the super chat, Connie. Wow. You guys are amazing, every single one of you. Thank you, everyone. Connie, thank you again. That's awesome. I'll definitely be getting pizza with that tomorrow because it was closed today. So thank you, Connie. And thank you, everyone else who joined. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and smack that like button. I appreciate it. Oh, I see people are smacking it right now. Awesome stuff. Thanks, Stefan. Appreciate the compliment. I'll catch you guys later. Maybe we'll do next week or maybe in 2 weeks. I know the last live stream I did was a month ago, which I didn't know was that long ago, but I guess it was. Hopefully you guys enjoy. If you did, smack that like button. Until next time, have a great day. Keep living the dream. Peace.